Back with us on Ringgit Plus. Now, earlier we spoke about salaries for fresh graduates and also the cost of renting a room in the Klang Valley. And you can watch those videos again later on our Facebook page. Now, for this part of the show, we are again turning to Facebook, where we often get questions from you, the viewers, about personal finance. Now, to help answer these questions, today we have with us in the studio from Ringgit Plus, Han Liu. Hi, thank you so much for joining us on
thanks for having me.
Ringgit Plus. Okay, so first of all, we have a situation here relating to Faris and his friend Adam. So Faris is 25 and he's thinking of quitting his job and he wants to actually start a business with his friend Adam. So people like them need to know a few things before they quit their job and go into entrepreneurship. So what would be your tips for them? What should they know?
I mean, the first thing I'd say to Faris and Adam, right, is that you need to think about whether you're doing entrepreneurship because you're not happy with your job, or is it because you really want to be an entrepreneur or start your own business, right? So some people maybe just be unhappy with their current job, which means you should just change your job. Right? That's the first thing, to determine whether it's because you're unhappy with something or you actually want to do something. So that's the first thing. Right?
Okay.
And then the second thing to think about is, before you start a business, right, is do I have enough passion for the thing I want to do, right? One, or it's either passion or experience. Do I have the right experience to succeed in a business, be it a retail business or a manufacturing business or a services business? Like, do I have either the passion, the experience, or both? Right? So those are a couple of things that I'd say for Faris and Adam, think about those things before making that leap.
Okay. Now, to start a small business, it's likely that they will have to take out business loans. So what do you think should be the correct advice to give them when looking for a loan? What are some of the things that they should actually know before they embark on this?
In terms of business loans, I mean, there's the thing about business loans is that there's actually a lot of different types of loans to either get started on a business or to expand the business. The first, and not two loans are the same for the same purpose. So here's an example: like if you're in a retail or F&B, food and beverage, a cafe or whatever, right? You can get a hire purchase loan for equipment, right? Which is different from just I need a loan, right? It's specific to a specific reason. I need to buy the kitchen equipment or a coffee machine, these kind of things, where there are specific loans which have those things in mind, which you don't really need a track record for your business, because lenders understand you need these things to start your business, and the machines themselves are charged against the loan. So it's safer for them, the lenders, in order to give you that loan. So that's the first type of loan you need to think about. Another type of loan that entrepreneurs can think about is invoice financing. So here's an example. If you go into business where you are providing services, right, to big corporations, where you can invoice them for your services, and your payment terms with them are 60 days to 90 days later, meaning you do your service and you get paid 60 days to 90 days later. But you think about it, if you provide a service, you might have employees which provided that service for you, which need to be paid this month. Right? So there are a type of loan where it's fairly safe as well for the lender, because you're going to get paid just in 60 to 90 days, but you need that short-term financing in order to meet that result, or to meet that requirement to pay your employees or to pay rental or whatever. And the third kind of category of loan is a clean term loan or clean business loan, which is any purpose. And for this, unlike the first two, you're going to need a track record, right? So it's not something that you can do just when you're thinking, I want to start my business, I need to get a loan for any reason. In order to be qualified for that kind of loan, you usually have to have some sort of track record beforehand, have some sort of, not just time track record, but profitability track record. So you've got to make a bit of profit first for a number of months or years before you can qualify for such loans.
I see. Okay. Now, for Faris and Adam, and also all our viewers who are thinking of starting business, and maybe some of them are already halfway there, so they're thinking of expanding their business further, what are some of the options that they can look at? Should they take up another loan?
I guess if you're expanding, you're clearly having some sort of success. Right. The thing I would say always is see if you can expand using the profitability of your current company, because then A, you're not giving anything up by way of requiring a loan, and B, you're not giving up anything by way of giving up your company shares for anything, right? So if you can expand using your existing profitability, that's always the first thing to do, right? Think, hey, I'm making some profits from what I'm doing today. Can I use that to expand my business? So that's the first thing to think about. Then further down the waterfall is, or the thought process is, okay, I'm making some profit, but it's not quite enough to go fast enough or expand fast enough. Can I use this profit to prove to a bank or a lender that I qualify for a loan? So I mentioned earlier about a clean business loan for exactly this kind of purpose. I have some profit, it's not enough to grow fast enough, but I can use loans using that profit track record to then expand my business, right? And then finally, if you're not quite making enough profits yet, but you need financing in order to reach that kind of break-even or profitability level, then that's when you might want to consider giving up some shares in your company to a private investor or a public investor to then give up a bit of shares in your company to expand your business.
Okay.
So those are the kind of things I would advise Faris and Adam to think about.
Okay, some of the things that they should look at. Well, thank you so much for helping us this week with our questions from our viewers. And as always, it's always a joy to have you guys join us on the show.